Hello everyone, my name is Jenny. In this video, I'll be sharing with you a sample answer for the part 2 topic, describe something you enjoy doing with a group of people. I also have some sample answer for part 3 questions, and I hope that it'll be helpful for you when you take the IELTS speaking exam. So let us begin. The topic consists of questions like what it was, where you did it, who you did it with, and explain why you think it was enjoyable. You will be preparing for this topic for 1 minute, and after 1 minute, you have to speak for 2 minutes, okay? So let us begin. Let me kick off by stating an activity that I enjoyed doing with a group of people, and that was the trip with my sister and her family around 4 years ago. I've gone on a lot of tours with different groups of people, but this was by far the most enjoyable one. My sister went back home to Korea for a month-long vacation after working for many years in Canada. She wanted to go out of town for a few days, and I recommended we visit Chuncheon. Going there was one of the top items in my bucket list during that time, so I immediately put it on the agenda. That place is famous for its picturesque scenes and tasty Korean cuisine. As far as I can remember, all of us were beaming with excitement for that trip. In my case, I took time off from work because I want to spend some time with my family. There's Aunt Nayong, her husband Sungyoung, and their 2 sons. Of course, I was there as the tour guide together with my brother Jimin. The timing was perfect because school was out, so he was able to go for a few days. It was an enjoyable experience because we saw the filming locations for famous Korean dramas. She was so excited and I was over the moon during that time because it has been ages since I last went to that place. We also saw the majestic sights at Soyang Dam. Personally, the best thing for me was the food. We also headed to Dongdaemun, one of the most famous places in Korea, in which street foods are really mouth-watering, and we stuffed ourselves with a lot of Korean dishes like tteokbokki and bibimbap. It was so delicious, especially with soju. I will never forget that trip because I felt like we were all on cloud nine during that time. Alright, so this is the part 2 sample answer. If you notice, the places and the names are that of Koreans, and it's mainly because I am currently teaching Korean students. Now, if you're Indian, if you're Bangladesh or whatever nationality you have, just change some subjects or places, okay? So for example, instead of Korea, you can say my sister went back home to India if you're Indian. Okay? So just change some subjects. Now, let us proceed to some sample answers of part 3. Oh, before that, let's have, band 7 to 9 expressions. These expressions or phrases can give you a good score. So, for example, far and away, a month-long vacation, bucket list, put it on the agenda, picturesque scenes, school was out, majestic sights, stuff ourselves, unique experience. And then I added, we were all on cloud nine. This is an idiomatic expression which just simply means we were all very happy. Okay? Using idioms can give you a score of 7 to 9. So, if you speak fluently and at the same time you include at least 1 to 2 or 3 idioms in your IELTS speaking exam, you can definitely get band 7 to 9, okay? Now, let's move on to the part 3 questions. The first question is, what kinds of jobs need people to work in a team? There are many times when a team is required to complete a certain type of work. The first situation that comes to mind is in law enforcement and military operations. Another one is in the construction of buildings. Yet another is in running a medium-sized or a large business. All the parts need to work together in harmony so that the goals can be met efficiently and with great results. Okay? Now let us continue. This is a very good sample answer and it covers many kinds of jobs. For example, law enforcement and military, construction, and then for businessmen. Okay? Now, let's move on to the next question. What can parents do with their children to make them happy? Well, each child is unique and prefers different things. But the best things that parents can do is to simply spend time playing and listening to their kids. It doesn't need to be in a fancy place or an expensive activity as long as they're given undivided attention. Many parents in our world today don't spend enough time bonding with their children because of too much work. More often than not, they are already tired when they arrive home. Alright? So, yeah, basically the key ideas here is that spending time with the kids, playing with them. Okay? Now, let us continue. How can children improve their social skills? Well, human beings are social creatures, so it is critical to learn how to communicate with and relate with others from an early age. In my experience, parents can help this in three ways. The first one is by providing more opportunities for interaction, such as play dates. The second way is by explaining things to their children as much as possible. Finally, parents themselves should set good examples in their dealings with others because children are very good at imitating their elders. Okay, so in here I've given three ways on how can the social skills of children be improved. Okay, now let us continue. What are the benefits of boys and girls playing together? Well, the most obvious answer to this is that it prepares them for what will happen as they grow up. The real world is not gender segregated. Customers and co-workers can be male, female, or anything in between. Another reason for allowing boys and girls to mix is it allows them to get a better understanding of the opposite sex. This will hopefully lead to more respect and help avoid stereotyping of certain groups of people. Alright? So, basically, those are the sample answers for the part 3 questions and the sample answer for part 2 as well. I hope that the ideas will be very helpful and the vocabulary as well. So, again, thank you so much for watching my videos. If you forgot to click and subscribe, please do so. And if you have any suggestions, please feel free to comment down below. So, I think that will be all for today. Thank you so much. Bye.